And welcome back to part 3 of What If Sasuke Was a Girl. Last time we left off with basically, excuse me, I'm just taking my sweater off. It's a little warm in here. see a little, get a little shower on there. Last time we left off with at the aftermath of the Shikaku incident, the invasion of the Leaf incident, and Sasuke's place in the story as such. Now, so, real quick, I think I said pretty much that the Tsunade retrieval arc would go about the same, and I do stand by that. I don't think there'd be a great deal difference. Now, someone did bring up the point. Now, what exact? I gotta remember exactly how it was put, because I feel like it is simultaneously a fair point and missing the point all at once. Because the whole idea of doing a gender bent what if isn't to pair someone up. I'm sorry that I've upset you. That's not what the point is. It's just to see what the point of any what if is, not to pair someone up. It's to see what exactly the changes would be if you made this change. Let's see, where was the comment exactly? Did they? Okay. The person, I'm not going to say their name, but you can find it in the comments if you want. For part 2. The person said, I'm going to summarize real quick because it's a long comment. Naruto and Sasuke aren't kid. Only problem is that you showed signs of early attraction in part 1. You specifically had Sasuke starting to be a slow burn tsundere. Now maybe Haku incident goes about the same, but reaction Sasuke give, and so basically they summarize saying, I don't mind if they aren't paired at the end, but why go through the trouble of starting to build a romance and hype just to say part 1 just to later throw it in the bin? Not to mention you dropped the ball on one heavy aspect. The dynamic would have been affected. Okay, so first off, that is subjective, but I do agree that I think I dropped the ball on some things that I can actually retcon. But to the first point, it goes to what I said, just because it's a parent, and just because Sasuke is a girl now, doesn't mean that's going to happen. But there were circumstances of Sakura even being appreciative of Naruto, and that didn't happen. And I don't give me the retcon bullshit. I don't want to hear that. There are instances of other girls being attracted to Naruto, honestly. Hell, even Karin had a really brief moment of being like, oh, his chakra's so warm. And then, wait, what's this? But, so there are instances of, and then other pairings like that. The idea is not to throw it in the bin, because just because I set up a possibility there doesn't mean it's going to happen. Look at Naruto and Sakura. Naruto very much longed for Sakura, but they didn't end up together and Naruto eventually got over it. My whole idea is don't let your anticipation or expectation turn into the expectation. You know what I mean? You have things you might believe might happen, but don't make that the expectation. Things aren't going to happen just because people want them to happen. Now, that being said, I am going to retcon 2 things that I talked about in the previous part. One, when Hinata is being very blushy towards Naruto, I could actually see Sasuke both saying, noticing this and kind of giving some up, but also feeling a little like, wait, what? Why am I jealous? Am I jealous? What the hell am I jealous about? But more importantly, and this is the important thing, Sasuke and Naruto in the incident with Gaara and the Shikaku, particularly when Sasuke basically goes, if I die here, then that's as far as I'm meant to go. I will not allow my comrades to die. And Naruto, looks at Sasuke and then stands up and just, look out, here I go. And then Sasuke, looks at Naruto like, when did Naruto get like this? And, she watches Naruto fight to protect her and Sakura. And therefore, I'm going to say it right now, this is the circumstance in the original where when Sakura offered to go with him, he fell in love with Sakura. That's when he actually, I believe he fell in love with her then. I think this is where Sasuke has actually now fallen for Naruto. This guy who, even if he's a knucklehead, all that, he's genuine. He doesn't look at her like some sort of sex object or a conquest. She's his rival, and he's hers. But ever since that kiss, she's lingered that feeling on a little bit. She's like, and, since they've been together, he's been annoying, but she's enjoyed being around him. It's like, and she just, has come to, maybe not at that moment, but a little after the fact, she maybe has realized, I love him. Oh God, I love that loser. So, okay. Now you might be saying, are you still not sure you're going to do it? Yes, I am. Because F you, first off. But second of all, and I don't mean that, and I really mean that. No, I don't mean that to be mean, but I mean that in like, just because I said, again, Naruto and Sakura is a perfect example of this. Just because he loved her, and it wasn't the same type of love that ultimately he grew for Hinata and all that, but it's still, he loved her in his own way. It doesn't mean something's going to happen. If anything, it's also a cool story beat if the love doesn't happen for whatever reason. Because that's how real life happens sometimes. You love someone, they don't love you back, and things happen. So whether or not it happens, we'll wait to the end, which we'll probably also get to in the next part. On Wednesday, we'll probably be done with. Someone brought up, it's like, this is probably only going to last another 2 or 3 parts. I'd be lucky if it gets past the second part, honestly. Because the thing is, Sasuke doesn't play a big factor in the story a lot of the time until near the end of the story. So with all that being said, Sasuke would have been knocked on her ass by Itachi. She would have been woken up by Tsunade. And, she's there in bed listening to people walking by in the hospital. Then she hears Sakura and Naruto pull up. And she's there to offer apples. Sakura still bops Naruto on that. And she's just reeling from everything that's happened. That Itachi didn't want nothing to do with her. That, he was more obsessed with Naruto. That she's still weak. And then Naruto's strength, and then these confusing feelings she's having. It's like, I love him, but how do I tell him that? And then, but he's that idiot. How did he get this strong? And there's Sakura, Sasuke, here you go. And I still think she smacks it at her. It's Sasuke, what's the problem with you, Naruto? And I was like, what, Sasuke? Why are you staring at me like that? God, what did I do to piss off all the women in my life? It's like, I want you to fight me right now. It's like, what? You just got patched up by Granny Tsunade. What are you talking about? Now, for Naruto, does he have any feelings for Sasuke? That is actually a very good question. And that actually can make this a little bit more interesting down the road as well. Because if one has feelings and the other doesn't, well, but Naruto does remember, still, no matter what he does, thinks about occasionally him actually kissing Sasuke, like, no. She's your rival. She's your friend. That's it. Doesn't matter how pretty she is or how soft her lips were. But luckily, when Sasuke is like this, he's not thinking about his whatever feelings he might have for her. Hey, remember, girls develop faster than boys. So there you go. And so she challenged him to a fight. Ultimately, he agrees. I was just thinking, I want to kick your butt. And so they go on the rooftop. Ultimately, the fight goes down the same. Kakashi intervenes. And Sasuke sees the little damage he did versus the damage she did. And Sama's like, yeah, I knew he hadn't caught up yet. Oh, well, maybe I'll treat him to a date just to cheer him up after this. And then she just sees the blown out Rasengan hole. Like, what? Naruto, how far? Gah! And so, yeah, ultimately, obviously, Kakashi ties her up. Maybe if I killed everyone you loved, you'd understand a little bit how I feel. It's an interesting theory, but you're a little late to test it out. Everyone you're talking about is already dead. Still, great. Just one of those great clapbacks. Like, really? Huh, yeah, really? Huh? What's that? Shut up. Be humble. But anyway. So, ultimately, Sakura doesn't invite ask Naruto to have a date or anything like that, but it's more just like talk it out. Because Naruto, I think, because of Sasuke, isn't as obsessive on Sakura here, I think he still likes her. I think if she wanted to go out with him, he'd definitely say yes. But I don't see that as him actually like having affection for her in the same way he did here. It's more that they're they're trying to talk things out. It's like, yeah, Sasuke's fine. Don't worry about it. Why? Because she's jealous. It's like, what? She's jealous just how strong I've gotten. I mean, look at me. And I think this is something Sasuke and Naruto might actually say, because he's a little less dimwitted is the right way, because he's not dumb enough to think it's an actual date. He can be a little bit more honest with her, I think, in a different way. And just like before, he says Orochimaru's bad news, but don't worry, Sasuke's a total powerhouse. Besides, I think really what's just coming down to she's just how strong I got. What? Think about it. I was the dead last in the academy. Now I can go toe to toe with her. And Sakura actually thinks, I guess that is a good point. But all right. And so they overall talk it out, and Sakura's a little better, but still not still not at ease, still uneasy. Regardless, there's a big difference here. Sakura is not obsessed with Sasuke like she is in the original here. Not in the same capacity. She admires her. She aspires to be her, but it's not the same I'm going to wait outside at night for you kind of obsession she had for him, which was just sad and pathetic. I'm sorry, Sakura, that was sad and pathetic. And as a lot of people pointed out, if at any point Sasuke is brought back to the village, I should have gotten Sakura in a lot of trouble because Inoichi would have scanned his mind. Now, people keep arguing that Inoichi would have been able to find everything. Sasuke Ace, his will's very strong. B, a little bit of Orochimaru's essence is in there, and is slowly like persuading him. So it would be a little dangerous, I think, to go into his mind, just because of whatever backlash is in there. I still believe if he really tried, he could maybe hide something from him, maybe remember every events differently, and just have him focus on that mostly. I'm not saying it's likely. I'm not saying that happens every time or anything like that, especially if he's like, say, unconscious. Like, that's not happening. But if he's like actively conscious and they're trying to read his mind, maybe. But that's it. I also understand the argument that that Sasuke's just a kid. There's no way he should be able to do that. I do understand that argument. And to be fair, Sasuke, now with Sasuke, I'm just spitballing here, and like other forms of what ifs. With Sasuke just openly say, yes, Sakura offered to go with me. Like, haha, no, because I think he does love her now, so he wouldn't betray her, at least like that. Although he would be willing to kill her, so what do I know? Either way, I digress. So because Sakura's not waiting out at night for him, maybe she's more just like, I can't sleep or something like that. She's like just restless at home. Because of that, Sasuke does not, there's no delay on Sasuke, and it takes them forever to know that Sasuke is actually gone. Like, it takes them much longer to know that. And because of that, Sasuke gets to Orochimaru without too much difficulty. However, and this I think goes towards the what if with Sakura leaving with Sasuke. People seem to think, well, Sasuke's now taken by Orochimaru. It's done. Remember, at the rate they were going, even with the start and stops, Orochimaru still had to take a body pretty quick because he was just suffering. Remember also, they still got delayed by the Leaf Jonin, which was not Hayate, Rando, and like two other ones. They still got delayed by Leaf Jonin, and they had to go Curse Stage 2, and they were tired out from that. They actually had to take a break. So I actually don't think, even if you factor in I'm actually getting to that point now in the anime right now, as we're watching Naruto, where this entire circumstance is going to happen. So I might correct my statement when we get to the next what if with Sakura and Sasuke leaving the Leaf. But for now, because of that stop with the Jonins and the amount of time that probably delayed them on its own, there might be a good chance they still don't get. Now, granted, Sasuke got a few extra minutes because she got there quicker because Sakura wasn't there to stop him, or her in this case. So I don't know, maybe that matters. I don't personally think it does. Now, if it was like 15-minute head start, might be a different circumstance, but I don't think that happens here. So for now, I'm actually going to say Orochimaru still has to take a body while waiting for Sasuke. And so Sasuke gets there, so we'll begin your training, Sasuke. Whatever. And this leads, obviously, to eventually Naruto and Sakura finding out. Now, I do think, though, that Sasuke leaves a note for Naruto, of all people, because she acknowledges the fact that she's fallen in love with the idiot. Now, I don't think she says that in the letter, but she does at least let Naruto know what happened. And Naruto's like, damn it! And so they try to do a retrieval mission here, but just nothing happens. They can't find him. He's long gone, or she's long gone. And they're just seething in rage and just like, damn it! Boom. So, Naruto just throws a Rasengan and just starts spamming Rasengans into walls until he's tired out. Like, damn it, I'm gonna bring you back, Sasuke. Believe it, no matter what. It's like, oh, so your friend's gone, huh? Your little girlfriend gone? See, she's not my girlfriend. She's whatever. And he can tell Naruto's just not in the mood for the jokes today. Well, we got a trip coming up, and he explains the training trip. And so him and Naruto will go training, and Sakura will be in the village. Now, Naruto, unfortunately, there's nothing that would change about the training he got in this version, unfortunately. With Sakura, though, 3 years is a long time. I think she studies more on genjutsu, first and foremost. I added, I think, 2 genjutsus to the list. Actually, I think I only added 1 genjutsu. And that would be the Infinite Darkness genjutsu, the one that the second used. And it is a powerful, powerful genjutsu. So with someone, I think it makes sense that the one major genjutsu she learns is a super powerful one. But also, she learns more about things like senbons from Anko. She learns more about poisons. I think she even goes to, say, like Shizune for tips on that. And she learns even like the poison fog technique. And eventually, now this would probably be about halfway through that. She eventually starts also picking up some medical ninjutsu, I think from Shizune. Because she wants to be able to help. Because she's seen how badly Naruto gets roughed up. So she starts picking up some basic medical training. Tsunade, though, does, come in one day and is like, Shizune, what are you doing? I'm just showing Sakura some basic medical ninja. No, it's okay. I'm learning to be a medic to help my team, help Naruto out, so we can bring Sasuke home. Like, I don't want to be a burden on my team anymore. It's like, you think you were a burden? I don't know. I honestly don't know. All I know is I need to get stronger, no matter what. And Tsunade sees the fire. Well, you're certainly only going to learn so much from Shizune. I mean, I trained her myself, but I didn't teach her everything I know. You're going to come with me. It's like, what? You want to be a medic? Fine. Show me what you've learned so far. So for the remaining year and a half, she studies under Tsunade. Now, I think, honestly, one of the things she is able to focus on a bit more is the physical strength aspect of that, rather than the medical part. She does stress the medical part as much as she can, but compared to where she is in the original, it's not enough. Like, spoilers, in fact, we'll actually just get to Naruto showing back up right now. Great, woohoo. Her, Naruto, and Sasuke, and Kakashi have their bell test. They pass. And then, obviously, the Gaara retrieval arc, Sakura shows up. Now, Sakura, having about half the medical training she has in the original. So she's roughly speaking about half as good here. Is it enough to A, save Kankuro, and B, create the antidote? So a couple of you got on my case for keeping Kankuro alive or whatever, like the last time I did this too, where she was like only a third as good. And to be fair, a third as good might not have been enough to save. Let me put it this way. I think it might be enough to save him. But his ninja career's done. Like, molding chakra is not going to be any good, all that. That, or she's able to give him, like, she's able to save him, but it's not going to be his lifespan. He's maybe only got like a couple months to a year left. Kind of like it's like terminal. Like, she's able to kind of stopgap. Again, we're talking about 50% Sakura. I think she's able to maybe stopgap it, but Kankuro realizes, like, yeah, no, my days are done. I'm not going to make it more than a year, am I? And Sakura's just kind of like, about maybe 6 months. So I think that's actually a decent compromise where she wasn't able to fully save him, but she was able to keep him alive temporarily. But because she studied poisons with Shizune and a little bit with Anko, her senbons, first off, are poisoned. With different points like numbing agents, knockout agents, paralytics, and lethal. I picked that I got from a, what was it? Was it Return to Whirlpool? I think it was the fan fiction I got that from, where she actually had different colored senbon for like different things. I think pink was like the deadly ones. But because of that, she is still able to discern an antidote from the poison that's inside Kankuro. So while she's not able to save him completely, she is he is, because they brought the poison there, she was able to at least get enough to make a convenient, a good enough antidote, I think. So I think that's a good compromise, but If you disagree that 50% trained Sakura from Tsunade would be able to do it, I'm not going to argue too much on you. But like I said, I think it'd be enough to at least give him at least some peace. And basically they would go, and honestly, most, if not all, of the Gaara retrieval arc goes about the same. Naruto isn't really any different here. So everything going on with Deidara would go the same. So Sakura's got an antidote, and she still has the physical strength. Plus, she's got Senbon, which she's very skilled with. So if she lands a shot on his core, it's the only living organic thing about him. It's possible that she could lock him up. In fact, I think that might be what ultimately happens with Chio manipulating her. She's got one of the antidotes in her. She ultimately sees an opening and fires multiple Senbons while secretly hiding one behind the other, and it just it's like and like it barely touches, like it gets like maybe a few centimeters in, like where he's able to grab it. Oh, dangerous indeed. But if you're going to have to, but a Senbon is barely lethal as it is, you're going to have to try hard. And then all of a sudden, the iron stand from the third Kazekage puppets dripping. It's like, what is this? It's a funny thing. You're not the only one who uses poison. She holds up her needles. I actually have a proficiency for them myself. Unfortunately, we can't just straight out kill you yet. We need information for you. So I decided to use this little thing. Seeing as you're mostly just a puppet, my guess is you still need some sort of part of your organic body to manipulate your chakra. I guess that little core thing is right there. So I just hit you with one of these. It's coated in a special poison that's not only acts as a paralytic, but also freezes up your chakra system. In other words, you're not. She just kind of pulls out the organ. You're nothing more than a puppet. And she was like, my word. And so, she could crush it in his hand, but they need information. So she puts it back in, and she makes sure to keep the chakra dosage of chakra poison just enough that he can talk with them. It's like, I see, you really are quite dangerous. You would have made an excellent puppeteer with that chakra control of yours and that knowledge of poison. Oh, I would have loved to have made a puppet out of you. And so and she tells him about the Tenchi Bridge, all that, and then finally, and's like, goodbye. And so, what will you do now? And Chio just looks at Sakura. I'll do it. Sasori, my boy, and say, what is it, Granny? Say, I wish I could have given you the peace you deserve. Now I can give you the peace in the next life. And then she stabs him and dead. So they know where Sasuke is. Chio rides the Kazekage. Now, unfortunately, Kankuro is still he's not on death's door, but he's terminal. Unless, for example, they were to get him back to say Tsunade, in which, to be fair, they could do that. That is so because they're allies. They basically said, we'll send an emissary back when we got to head back to the village, and say, thank you for bringing back. I wish you could have done more for me, but this is the way of the ninja. Well, I mean, you can always come to the village. Lady Tsunade can always heal you up. It's like, she's the Hokage. You really think Lady Hokage would be? Oh, come on. It's the least you could do. It's the least you could do. It's not that big a deal. And I mean, if she's willing to do it, I'll come. Well, all right. Yeah, like I said, you should be fine for at least a couple months minimum. So we'll send an emissary back in a while, or send a slug for a reverse summon or something like that. So long story short, even though Kankuro was terminal, it does occur to me that if they can at least save his life for a few months, Tsunade can just fix him up. So, yeah, Kankuro, although I still will stand by, I think his ninja career is done. So he will most likely now act as an advisor and maybe a teacher. It's not that he still can't mold chakra or anything. It's just that his body's now too physically frail. It's like what happens if you have cancer for too long or some disease that wastes away your body, but you survive it. You just don't have the physicality to do it anymore. Mind you, he is a puppet master, so the physicality is what? In his fingers? But I stand by, I think his ninja career's done. I think he gets to live in this version. If Sakura hadn't started training in medical ninjutsu, yes, he would have been dead outright. Now, that being said, the Sasuke retrieval mission, or the Tenchi Bridge mission, honestly, that goes almost exactly the same. Except Sai is pissing off Naruto in also a different way. Sai is talking about insulting Sasuke, talking about what you don't even know the meaning of the word friend or love. No, I have it right here. It's like, no, love. So you're saying you love this Sasuke? I don't know. But I will see her again, and when I see her again, I'll know. That's what. And Sakura's, like, oh, overhears this. Oh man, and she's kind of blushing. He loves Sasuke, maybe. Oh my word. So they would ultimately meet up with Sasuke, and Naruto's looking at Sasuke. And she's about to just kill him. I think she's buried the love for him in her heart right now. Like, she's buried it, but she's still very much see, please, Naruto, I'm good. It's good to see you again. You definitely grew up. In her head, she's thinking, she's not like a fangirl. She's more like that mature, like, oh, he grew up nice. But more than anything, she's still gonna try to kill him. And it's like, so this is the source of your power, Naruto-kun. So, unfortunately, it's not your power isn't great. I might just blast the fox away as she does in the original. And Naruto is like, Sasuke, it's like, what's wrong? Do you want to say something, Naruto? And so, does Naruto realize his feelings if he has feelings for her? No, because this isn't the Sasuke he knows. Like, he needs to see the Sasuke he knows. Like, he still cares for her very much, and he still has that at least platonic love, but it's not quite there for romantic yet. Could it get there? Sure. Will it get there? I will let you find out in the next part. Yes, the cliffhangers. And don't give me all, why are you doing this? Are you not gonna? That's what storytelling is about. You can't, if I were to just say, oh yes, they're in love with each other. There you go. Well, then that's not as fun. I mean, yeah, I can do fun stuff with it, but that's not as fun as like letting the relationship kind of, grow and evolve. So, honestly, we can literally just fast forward through the Kakuzu arc and Hidan arc, no problem. And Sasuke's arc, honestly, Sasuke versus Itachi would be the same. Like, there wouldn't be anything inherently different here. Which, by the way, Koto Katsukame. What? Because he ran into Itachi, and Itachi put the crow into Naruto. I think I just realized the massive plot hole here. Now let me know if I'm wrong here. He put the crow in Naruto with the command protect the village when he met Naruto back then. When he met him during the Gaara retrieval mission, if I remember correctly. And it was programmed to try to, to work on Sasuke if it needed to. But he saw Sasuke after the fact in that mission, the Tenchi Bridge mission. And as far as I know, he saw the Sharingan too. So shouldn't that have activated then? Or my guess is Kishimoto didn't even think about this technique until then. Like, he realized, oh yeah, no, he put it back then. Then why didn't it activate when he saw Sasuke that time? Again, maybe I'm missing something. Let me know if I am. But I think that's a big plot hole. Because honestly, yeah, he saw Sasuke activated his Sharingan to, look into Naruto's mind, kind of. So by all accounts, that should have activated. That should have triggered. I'm not going to have a trigger here because it didn't in the anime, but that's an entire what if on its own. What if it triggered then? So anyway, let me know in the comments what you think. But yeah, the entire Itachi, arc and Naruto, honestly, nothing would change again, like legitimately, until we get to the Kage Summit. Because Sasuke's nowhere near Naruto at this point. Naruto's nowhere near Sasuke. Most of what Sasuke's doing isn't really has anything to do with Naruto. Like, Naruto occasionally comes up once in a while, but not in any way where she would be like, Naruto, my love, I must kill you. Nothing like that. And Naruto's the same. So until you get to the Kage Summit, nothing would change otherwise. But again, let me know if that's a legit plot point I'm pointing out, or if I'm missing something. Because I think that's an extremely big plot hole based on the information we got. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Until then, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time.